Barney always dresses like a Philadelphia lawyer. He always looks good in his clothes. His hair always looks good.
Barney had a great knack of being able to diffuse and settle disputes between employees.
He is ambitious. He went from a classroom teacher to coach into administration and did a great job in the school service area.
I knew Barney as a football coach first, and then as a colleague on the city council, surprisingly enough, next, and then and then really as a friend.
A student needed to be reprimanded, and Dr. King got up from his chair and went toward him, and the kid took off. Barney ran from the cafeteria at what is now Heritage, all the way down past the football field, down to Tyson's, and over to where Casey's is now, and caught the young man and said, Dr. King would like to speak with you.
I was not the best student in the world. I didn't work as hard as I should have, and one time he'd found out that my grades weren't where they needed to be. And back then at the old Rogers High School, the classrooms had glass windows to the outside. So he pulled me out, and I know that he made sure to gripe me out and where everyone could see through the windows to make sure that point was driven home.
Rogers means a lot to Barney, not just the school and the city, but every bit of it. Very helpful to a young coach and a young teacher.
There are a lot of people who have worked for our school system who are loyal. But Barney stands out in my mind because I don't think he ever considered another school system. He graduated from Rogers. He wanted to be part of the Rogers school system. And once he became part of the Rogers school system, he hit the ground running.
When I think about him in those early years on the council, I just, observing him not in polyester pants on the sideline of a football game, is just this very deliberate and intentional. Barney was going to think twice and speak once. The old adage, you measure twice and cut once. But Barney's probably not going to spout off anything that tomorrow he's going to wake up and regret he said.
When we had snow days, when I was superintendent, Barney and David would always pick me up and we'd drive the roads. And there were so many funny things that happened then, but I could always depend on him to see that I was out there checking the roads, whatever time of day or night it was.
He does a good job of what I call being a servant leader. He can get people to do things a lot of times without them knowing that it's his idea.
Barney expected excellence, and when I say that, he had an innate ability as a football coach to know the best you could give, and as long as you were doing that, he was good with it. But if he knew you weren't giving your personal best, he was going to ride you pretty hard.
He said to me one time, Janie, I bleed blue blood. And I think that's really true.
Ladies and gentlemen,
our 2019
Wall of Distinction honoree,
Barney Hayes.